Coach, first step of the calendar year starts with cross country beginning this weekend at home on Friday with Miami opener. You got everybody kind of back together last week for camp and got them training together. I guess take us through what that experience was like and seeing everybody together and seeing what kind of work they put in over the summer.
Yeah, that's always the big question mark when you start the season. Who did their work over the summer? You definitely get to see these athletes develop from boys and girls in high school to women and men who are extremely fit at an elite level. And so this year, for the first time since I've been at Miami, we had 100% of the roster running, and there was nobody who was injured to the point where they weren't able to get out there and start training. So that's a really significant place to be as a team and as a program, because it means that I won't call it 100% healthy, but we're at a point where everybody's training. And so we have a very deep amount of talent on both the men's and women's teams this year, and it's getting exciting. I mean, it's been exciting since I got here. Each year has gotten progressively better, but right now we're deep and we're expecting a pretty exciting season.
Obviously, late stages of the summer, the temperature gets pretty high up there. What's that mean as far as just trying to remind everybody that it's early on the season and the key races are towards the end?
Yeah, so we've been training hard. I mean, we give them a guidance plan over the summer, and so that's also where the big question mark comes in, is who's followed that plan versus who had to modify for work or study abroad programs, and we have a lot of that. And so it's hot right now. Our practice is in the afternoon typically, and so we do have to modify paces in order to make sure they don't pass out, and we make sure they're hydrated. But right now, the mileage is really high for the majority of the team, and we're going to stay high. It's about at their peak mileage for the next 4 weeks or so before we start focusing on what we'll call the championship portion of the season, because you're exactly right. I mean, the pre-nats meet in Wisconsin in October, the MAC championships at the end of October, and then the regional. Those are by far the three most important meets for the year, and we have some pretty big expectations at the conference meet this year. If I can go into that, the men ultimately should be contending for the win. Eastern Michigan always has a strong team, and so we're not expecting that it's going to be an easy walk in the park, but they'll be right there. It's going to be a battle for sure. But with the women, for how deep we are and for how healthy we are this year, we have some strong returners, and we have some very exciting new freshmen on the scene. We have a transfer whose eligibility kicks in, and so I expect top three, but we could also be looking at that top spot for the women as well.
Looking more in the present on this weekend's season opener, I guess what's kind of the game plan of just getting that first race under everybody's belt on Friday?
Yeah, so long summer break, kids have hopefully taken that time to just relax both their body and their mind, and so they haven't been in competitive mode for a while now. And so we ease them back into it a little bit with the workouts over the first couple weeks. So our camp was a great week for us. We had some very high intensity workouts while we took the volume down for them so that we didn't overload them. But this week coming up, Indiana and Indiana State are coming over to our meet, or our course is in great shape right now. And typically when we meet a team like Indiana or Indiana State this early in the season, we go after it, but it's typically not until late stages in the race. And so it's not usually an all-out race from the gun, but we've kind of got a gentlewoman's agreement out there that we're going to race to the finish in the last part of the race, and it'll be pretty fun to see who's got what.
Yeah, obviously men have finished second the last 2 years at the MAC meet. Women had a pretty big leap up the standings last fall as well, both top three finishes. What are some of the little steps that you and your staff have been trying to implement to have them take that next step forward and really make this fall one to remember for both sides, really?
Yeah, that happens 2 years ago. It happens 3 years ago when we start recruiting the first year that I came here. And the message is always that we've got this vision for our program to be a consistent contender for the championship in the conference and to be a national qualifying team. And so just stating the expectation and building the program around those ideas is really how that's happened. And as a result of that, we've gotten, I use the word exciting, we've got really exciting recruits. It's still yet to be seen how they actually perform and how they race at the college level. The guys go from 5K up to 8K, so you're adding a couple miles into their race. For the girls, they go from 5K to 6K, and so it's not as dramatic of a jump, but the competition level is extremely high compared to what they're used to. So we've got a lot of things that are yet to be seen. I can't tell you for sure who our top 7 is right now. We probably won't even know halfway through the season because we have a lot of depth. So we just keep pressing that message of greatness, and we go from there.
All right, good luck this weekend, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, Alesha, cross-country season starts on Friday. I guess after last year's kind of nice step forward by the women in terms of MAC results and such, and bring back a lot of people from last year's team. Take us through what the summer has been like for you individually.
Yeah, so this summer I actually increased my mileage a little bit, so I think that definitely is going to help with my endurance throughout the season. Before I was kind of lower mileage, especially during track. I've gotten up to around 60-ish miles. I'll probably peak around there. But over the summer, I think I've had one of my better summers of training for the most part, so I'm really excited to see how that will carry over throughout the rest of the season.
I know the team usually kind of gets out of town a little bit together for camp. Can you take us through, how that kind of helped mold the team at this early stage of the season?
Yeah, camp was really fun last week. It's always nice to get back with the team and have people to work out with. Over the summer, you work out by yourself. Sometimes it's a little tough to get the motivation and everything to get through the workouts. So last week was great. Got to be back with the team. We had 3 workouts, a little bit of everything. We did some fast tempos, some hills, a little bit of threshold stuff. So yeah, it was just good to get back with everyone.
Yeah, obviously last year was a pretty good step forward, and you bring a lot of talent back from a team that finished 3rd. I guess what are some of the little things that, as one of the veterans of this roster, you're looking to do to help take that one more big step forward and make this fall one to remember in your last cross-country season?
Yeah, last year was a huge step forward for us, being top 3. I came back this year with a purpose. I think that we definitely have a shot at the team title for the conference this year at Max. Yeah, sometimes I still feel like I'm a freshman, but I'm trying to put on like a brave face this year to hopefully inspire the freshmen, sophomores that we can definitely go out there and place well at Max.
All right. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
All right, Matt, cross-country season starting up on Friday. Team got back together and away for camp last week. I guess take me through what that experience was like, everybody getting back together and, having somebody to run with and train with again.
Yeah, it was great having the whole team back together, getting to see everyone, meet the freshmen again, getting a good solid week of training in, especially out at Brown County. It's a great place to train. It was great being back with everyone, seeing the coaches again.
I guess take me through where you're at physically. You didn't compete the last cross-country season, but 2 years ago you were a big part of the team finishing 2nd and really jumping up the standings, finishing 10th individually. I guess, where are you at this point in terms of your mileage?
Yeah, mileage, I'm at the highest I've ever been, which is great. A lot of us are. We're all we're very fit right now. I'm 2 years stronger since the last time I got to race in uniform, so that's really exciting. I think personally I'll see a big jump, and I think the whole team will see a really big jump.
Yeah, and you mentioned the team looking for that big jump. The last 2 years finishing runner-up to Eastern Michigan, I know the team has, bigger designs on making this fall an even more special one and another giant step forward. What are some of the little things that you, especially as a veteran, trying to coax along further improvements from a young group to make this fall special?
Yeah, like you said, our goals are MAC title and national bid. But in terms, we just got to take it day by day. Realize that one workout isn't going to make or break it, but consistent work over the summer and fall is what's going to make us have a big jump and take it to the next level.
So, looking more in the present, on Friday, team gets their first races under their belt for the fall. A lot of freshmen, their first races in general at the collegiate level. I guess what's kind of the game plan heading into Friday afternoon?
We're just going to kind of use it to get back into the routine of racing. We still want to race well, but little bit low pressure, kind of like preseason for football players, I guess. But we're still, we're looking to compete against Indiana and Indiana State. But and this is more of a warm up for the races in October and November.
All right, good luck this weekend.
Great, thank you.